Hello and welcome to the THNK Club, the place for ideators, streamers and innovators to co-create together. My name is David and I welcome all of you to our first video. Today I will introduce myself, I will introduce to you what I am doing and how I came up with the idea to start the THNK Club. And we will also have a look into what's coming up next and how we can co-create and have fun together over the next weeks. Sounds good? Awesome. If you like what you hear and see, then please subscribe and share and like and invite your friends to join us. Now we get started. This is me. I used to be an industrial engineer and designer, and I worked for over 10 years in Germany as well as here in Australia in designing machine tools. But I'm also a dreamer, ideator and innovator, and I am passionate about helping other people to survive, to strive, to thrive. And it turned out that in my corporate world, that was not that easy to align that with the goals, the targets of my employers. So more often than not, I ended up being quite frustrated. And I became frustrated, and that often and for that long that about 2 years ago I've decided to resign from my corporate job and start doing what I love to do, helping people to innovate better. And there are different ways I'm doing this. And first, I'm helping people to understand that there's a difference in between having an idea and creating an innovation. And the difference is that an idea needs to be implemented to be an innovation, and it must create perceived value for as many people as possible to be a real big innovation. So it takes action from the idea stage to to make it an innovation. And I'm also helping people by creating innovative environments for themselves and for the teams. Creative people, they need spaces where they can flourish, where ideas can flourish, and where they can support each other. Innovation is a continuous learning process, and we can't do it by ourselves. We need a strong team and a strong environment around us where we can grow our passion and make awesome things happen together. And from my background as an engineer, I'm also incorporating a lot of the learnings that I gained over my career and my studies in how to create better products for my customers, and I implement all those techniques into my workshops and courses. Luckily, I did not have to reinvent the wheel there, because a lot of engineers and architects did do that already. They're doing it for a long time, but in the second half of the last century, there was a science or a procedure formalized around it, and it's called design thinking. So what I do, I use design thinking methodology, put my own experience into it, and also add a little bit of mindset coaching development into what I'm doing. And that brings us to the THNK Club. I want to make this available to as many people as possible, and the idea of the THNK Club came to my mind a long time ago, and it took me a while to actually get started with it. I guess you could say I procrastinated a little bit. But finally, about half a year ago, I did run my first workshops here in Melbourne, Australia, and it was quite successful. We had lots of people joining us and increasing numbers, and it was really a fantastic atmosphere. I normally run these workshops with co-facilitators, And yeah, it was great energy in the room. People brought their own ideas into the workshop, and we basically created teams that evolved those ideas in those 2 to 3 hour workshops that we did run. So very interactive. People got up onto their feet, created teams, went onto whiteboards and get to work. And after 2 or 3 hours, they really had a better understanding of what their idea is all about and what would be the next steps to actually validate that idea is a feasible project, or what they would have to do to make it feasible. Well, I just said it was an event it was a different kind of event. It was not that people were just sitting around. It was interactive, out of your chairs, work on your passion and bump ideas off each other. You can't innovate for yourself. At least it's harder. So then COVID-19 hit us, and we were forced, all of us, into social isolation or physical isolation, as I prefer to call it. And I was thinking what to do with those workshops. I just gained traction and I was about to expand it out to other cities in Australia. But that's not going to happen anytime soon. So obvious, I'm going to do what everyone else is doing. I'm going online with my materials. But I had to think about how to make it happen, how to make it work as an online delivery. And a 3-hour online workshop is unlikely to have success. It's just too big of a chunk in one go when you do not have the energy of the people in the room. So after a little bit of thinking and evaluating what might be the best idea, my team and I came up with this plan, this script of the online delivery of our workshops. So we chunk the methodology, the design thinking process, into tiny pieces, and from now on, every week you will see me here. You can meet me here on YouTube Lives every Tuesday, where I will run a 15 to 20 minute presentation of one area of the design thinking methodology or related topics. And we will introduce you after the 20 minutes an exercise that you can do at home by yourself, or with a team that you have, or even with people that you just meet through the THNK Club. And after that, after the introduction, after we explain to you how the exercise works, we will go into a 30-minute live Q&A. So obviously YouTube is a one-way channel from a video perspective, so you can post all your questions that you have into the comments below, and for 30 minutes I will answer them straight away via video, and anything that I can't answer within the 30 minutes I will reply to within the next 24 hours. So no questions should be left unanswered. You take your exercise, take it home, work on it with your group. If you have any questions after that, there's also a Facebook group, the THNK Club, that you're most welcome to share. I will put the link to it down there in the comments, in the description of this video. So sign up for the THNK Club on Facebook, and if you have any more questions after the YouTube live session, you can post it there, and it's either me or probably someone else out of the community who is going to reply to you. And additionally, every Thursday after the YouTube live, I will also be available on a live video conference where you can ask me questions face to face, and I can give you a little bit more hands-on support on your journey to be innovative. That's it. So I mentioned already that it will be a multi-week program, so every Tuesday, 5:30 Melbourne time. And the topics over the next 5 weeks are right tomorrow, why design thinking? What is design thinking in more detail, and why people created this methodology over the last 50 years and evolved it, and why innovative areas in this world, I want to call it, like the Silicon Valley, the East Coast, New York, New England area, Europe, why they're all using the design thinking process to create better products and services for their clients and customers. The week after that, we jump into the first hands-on topic, KYC, know your customer with empathy. It's all about the customer, so there are special tools that we can use to actually understand how we really comprehend the desires, the needs of our clients and customers. We jump after that into a session where we introduce a bunch of ideation tools. Not all of them, there are too many, but we will give you a good sample of ideation tools that you can use for your own ideation process. After that, you have a good idea. Now you have to build a prototype. We will tell you all about different levels of prototyping. So you do not need a lot of money, or basically you do not need any money, to be fair, for a simple prototype. And with a prototype, you go into testing. You find your target audience, the people that you designed your product or service for, and you will test your prototype with them. That's what we do in week 5 of this workshop series. There are many problems out there to be solved, especially these days, and so all of you are most welcome to bring your own problem into the workshop that you're dealing with, either in a private situation or in a business situation. It doesn't matter. Most welcome to bring your own problem. You're most welcome to bring your own team. So if you want to fix something within your family, if you want to fix something within your work team, you're most welcome to invite them to join us and apply the learnings together. And you're also most welcome to invite anyone from the community to join your design challenge. The benefit of bringing people from outside your initial team into the equation, into the design thinking process, that it's easier for you to get a different point of view, which normally helps you to come up with more ideas. So if you can find people that would like to join your team, I want to encourage you to do so. And as I mentioned, we're living in interesting, challenging times these days. If you do not have your own problem that you want to work on with, or nothing comes to mind straight away, here's a collection of some problems that I've identified so far that a lot of people are facing or will be facing in the near future due to the situation that we're living in, which is obviously what I'm doing here right now: how to move your business online, which might have different solutions, or definitely does have different solutions depending on what sort of business you operating. Very important, how to protect elderly people from the virus. They are going through rough times these days. From all the data that we have, we know that they are the most prone to really suffer severely when they get infected. So that's something that is definitely a big global challenge that we should find a solution for, or different solutions for, anytime soon. We have a lot of countries where the lockdown is that tight that Kids can't, or families can't even go outside with their kids. So kids are contained in their own apartment, in urban environments. Often there is no outside area whatsoever. We have single kids, no siblings. They do not have any contact to physical or real life contact to same-aged mates to play with. So how do we keep those kids connected with friends and their family that is living somewhere else in isolation is a topic that will be of interest for a lot of us for a long time. And it already starts, but it will become worse the longer this isolation, and especially the tight isolation rules, must apply to give our scientists a chance to find a vaccine again for COVID-19. So loneliness and depression. Loneliness and depression kills more people than COVID-19 did so far. So it will become a more and more pressing issue how we address this social isolation from a depression point of view. A very important problem that needs to be solved on many different fronts. So yeah, if you do not have anything that you want to work on specifically, you're most happy to choose any of those topics that you any of these that I've just introduced, or any other one that you find on the internet doing some research. The THNK Club. As I mentioned, that the idea for the THNK Club came to my mind a while ago, and so far for me, being here in Melbourne, it was the obvious choice to run live events with the startup community, especially here in Melbourne, to get the THNK Club off the ground. But the idea from the very beginning was to create something that is not limited by the borders of countries, something international where people from all over the world with different backgrounds, different experiences, and different knowledge are coming together and co-creating for a better future. And it turned out that there is always opportunity where there are challenging times, and I used the opportunity to create THNK Club meetup groups all over Asia Pacific. So we're not just here in Melbourne, Australia, we're also in Auckland, New Zealand, we're in Manila, the Philippines, Jakarta, Indonesia. We have 2 THNK Clubs opened in Vietnam and another one in Thailand. So welcome to an international community. We have subscribers for the event, for our events from all over the place. So welcome your fellow innovators from all over Asia Pacific. As I mentioned, join us on Facebook. Here's the link. I will post it in the comments below as well. And the Facebook group is also where I will post the link for the video conferencing with the dates that are going to happen every Thursday. So you might not get that if you do not sign up for the Facebook group. So yeah, do that. Hope to see you there soon. And that's for today, except a quick overview what's going to happen next. Choose your problem. I mentioned bring your own, choose a problem from the internet. Build or join your team. It's the next step. And then we will see you again on Tuesday, April 14th, YouTube Live. And we will have our first group video chat at April 16th, Thursday. Thank you so much for your attention, for staying with me. If you like what you have heard so far, please let me know. If you didn't, please let me know as well. If there's anything you want me to improve on or anything else you want to share, please do so in the comments below. And I'm looking forward to see all of you soon again at the next YouTube Live, Tuesday 14th. See ya. Bye. Stay safe and stay awesome.